So Monica and I were just talking about elephants, lions, the jungle, and we're not going to tell you why. But what we are going to tell you about today is the power of appreciation marketing strategies. And by the end of today's interview, you're going to have a game plan on how to go out and be able to deploy some marketing strategies that you may have never even thought of before, that are simpler than that you will recognize as being way simpler than you would have thought, and easier to deploy. And would you believe it? Gosh darn it, they actually work.
Go
so, yes. So with that said, Monica, we're joined by Monica Weakley here today. And Monica, welcome to the Get Listing Summit.
Can I tell you how happy I am to be here? Thank you, Andre. Appreciate it.
I'm happy that you're here too. And so will everybody else be by the end of the interview that you came here, right? They just got to get the value first.
All right.
That's how people are. Before we dive in, there's a link below this video if you're watching on camera. If you're not watching the video, you're listening on audio, then where you can go get more information about Monica is at mycoachmonica.com.
That's right.
mycoachmonica.com. And then also a little bit later, Monica, we're going to tell you a little bit about a free gift that Monica has for you, because she's just that cool and generous, and she's showing you some appreciation. So she's walking her talk. She's walking her talk. Appreciation marketing strategies. Monica, what is it?
Appreciation marketing strategy is a strategy that we would follow if we are in an industry or business that thrives on relationships. And of course, real estate is one of them. There are many of them, but real estate's probably the best one I can ever think of from the standpoint of your relationships matter. Mm-hmm. And our ability to show up as human beings and strengthen and deepen our relationships will be directly correlated to your ability to earn business and to succeed. And I've done it for 16 years in my life. I stumbled through it in the beginning without sort of a system, not really knowing what I was doing, but was doing these sorts of things where just coming from contribution, help others get what they want, and you will have everything you need. The Zig Ziglar quote that I probably just botched a little bit, but you get the gist of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why does it work though?
Well, really, it's a mindset. There are activities, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about specific things people can do, but it isn't just a mindset of how you want to run your business, that your business will have heart, that you have a certain culture within your business, even if you're a single agent or if you're a team. Like, that's what we're talking about here, is just how you approach the day. And why it works is there's actually some science as to why it works. So what we know is that memory and emotion are connected. Memory and emotion are linked in some way. So the greater the emotion, or the higher charged the emotion, the more likely you are to remember whatever it is, that moment, that event. Now, there's a point of sort of diminishing returns on that. Like if it's too charged, if it's high, we can shut down and not. But generally speaking, emotion and memory. So what's important for us as real estate agents? That we're top of mind, right? Like we occupy position one, top of mind awareness in the category or the brand of real estate agent. And if we don't occupy that, if we don't sit there every day with our top 50, our top 100, our top 150, whoever you're working on your relationships, if we don't occupy that space on a daily basis, we will get missed, and we will lose business, and we will lose the opportunity to list homes and grow our business. It's just true. So we want to ensure a positive emotion around our name at all times, so that when people think of us, that there's that emotional grounding with who we are. And how we do that is we show up for people how they want us to show up. We acknowledge them, we recognize them, we see what's important to them, and we're there. I always joke, my goal was to be Aunt Monica. I didn't want to be the realtor.
Got it.
Like, I want to be Aunt Monica.
I get it.
Kids are psyched to see when, I come up the driveway, right? So I could actually go on for an hour talking about the answer to that question, but does that frame it enough?
It does. And what I was going to just say is that, and I'm going to say it, is that what you just shared, I feel like is a whole masterclass in and of itself. That what you just broke down, that that memory and emotions are linked. That's 100% true. I think I know the science that you're talking about. But like, even when you want to, they give you even simple things like, if you want to remember where you put something in the future, you want to remember it in the future, just like imagine a ball of fire exploding when you put it there, and like get heightened in your emotional state, and you'll remember where you set that thing.
I
Like
love
even
that.
weird little things like that, where you heighten your own emotion around something.
Mm-hmm.
Really
Well,
easy to understand. Really easy to understand that we remember really happy times and really sad times really easily. Like, it's easy to understand that we very quickly can recall bad moments, good, intensely bad or good moments. So that makes perfect sense. And yes, the fact that you just linked that to what's the most important thing for a real estate agent is to be top of mind.
That's it.
I mean, that's brilliant. That's so simple, but it's brilliant.
That's our job every day. We wake up, we must work towards that. That's it. So how we go about doing that, my choice is to go through the relationship piece. You can also be an expired, FSBO, systems, follow-up. That's what you're doing there. That's why you're calling them every day for 10 days. Same concept. They're just two different paths.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So how does one begin to go about? What are some steps that we can take, or what's an action plan that we can start implementing for actually deploying appreciation marketing strategies properly and effectively, considering you've been perfecting this for 16 years?
I've been perfecting it, correct. Yes. And I teach this, and I've got agents doing this, and it ties in with Hank Avink, who you've also talked to for this summit, and his idea of relationship-based selling. So we've got agents doing this right now, and it is working. So let's just talk about the top 10 things that you actually can employ in your day. Some of these are going to be super obvious, yet we're going to elevate them. And I'd like anybody watching this to write this down, elevate, because we do a lot of nice things through the day. We give a birthday wish, hey, happy birthday, Andre. But I want to talk about elevating that so that the motion kicks in and that we get full credit for this relationship growth that we're attempting. Okay. So let's talk about the first one, elevated birthday wishes. What do I mean by that? Okay, if I share my screen for 2 seconds?
Go for it.
All right, let's do it. So elevated, please hold. Here it is.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Here it is. So for example, instead of just writing happy birthday, Umberto, I know that Umberto is a photographer. He's passionate. He's lots of other things, but he's passionate about photography. So on his birthday, this was last year, maybe the year before, I went out to Google. I typed in photographer, happy birthday. And when you click go, then go to images under Google, go to images, and you'll see anything that has to do with that. Well, I was happy to see this cupcake with these cameras on them. So I right-clicked, save as, put it on my hard drive, and then dropped it back into his Facebook page. I'm so happy our paths have crossed, something a little bit more than the other 100 happy birthday, Umberto. Right?
Okay.
And this other example is to a gal who she and I are connected by dogs. I helped her find a rescue dog. That's something I'm passionate about. That's also something she's passionate about. So we are not necessarily like best of friends, but we're connected in that way. So I'm going to go out and put funny dog, happy birthday. So this one. Now, guys, here's a trick, and I'll unshare my screen. I save these pictures in a birthday file, a birthday photo file. Okay. Because a lot of times, like any dog lover, I can use that one again and again and again, or maybe candles. If you don't know their passion, it can be just a beautiful birthday cake or a fun cupcake or a picture of the beach because they love the beach. Like, it can be almost anything. The point is to stand out.
Okay.
Okay. So that's number one.
Love that. Elevated birthday wishes. That's so implementable.
It's so implementable, and it's, I just don't see why we wouldn't do it every day to those, especially that we care about and that we want.
I told you guys that it's gonna be simpler to do than you thought, and it's gonna be more effective. You're gonna see for yourself just how effective this can be once we get to the end. All right, perfect. Yeah. So elevated birthday wishes. It's
the compounding effect of the things we're going to talk about that really begin to add up. So the second thing, of course, a random note of kindness, This can be a handwritten note on stationery or letterhead or stationery or a note card. Can be a Hallmark card, or it can be, many agents know about send out cards and the power of send out cards, which is a system you can go online and customize cards.
Gail Zintech, we interviewed her on the summit. She talks a lot about that. So for those of you listening, Yeah, for those
Best in the
listening, you can
world.
go catch her episode.
That's right. And I have a stack of send out cards that Gail has sent me over the time. And when you get a card that has your face on it, you're pretty damn excited. I'll tell you that.
Nice. Okay.
So please, and I know we talk about them all the time, and your agents watching this are going to say, yeah, I got it. You know, handwritten cards. Yes, but do you have a system around it? Do you send one every day? One a
Is that the pace that we should move at, one every day?
one a day for like yes, at minimum. Now Gail sends at least 3 send out cards a day, but Gail has a very vibrant and growing referral business. You know, so she's elevated that.
Yeah, 50 deals a year from referrals. Yeah, 50 deals a year from referrals.
Pretty nice, pretty nice. All right, the third one, random act of kindness. Random act of kindness. Here's where the power of Facebook comes in. And I encourage everybody watching to understand that Facebook is probably your most powerful tool. So we need to change it from the mindset of Facebook is just where I go spend time and see my friends to, it is the most powerful business tool I have. And why is that? What it is because we can go see what the people we care about care about. We can see what are they doing in their life? What are they posting about? What are they proud of? What life events are going on? Even if you feel like they're lying or, hey, they're omitting the fact that they've got a total, can I say a cuss word?
Yes.
Total shit show going on behind, and you're like, that's not what their life is like. You know, who are we to judge? What if we just showed up for them the way they want to be seen? What if we recognize and acknowledge them the way that they want to be seen? So a random act of kindness can be farmed out of what we see going on Facebook. So we're going to start watching differently. We're going to start interpreting these posts as opportunities to do something, to gift, which is one of the numbers we're talking about. But random act of kindness might be somebody struggling, their mom's in the hospital or their in-laws in the hospital and they've been running ragged for a week. Well, we can show up randomly with a pizza or, you know, dinner or a casserole, or, hey, can I come grab the kids and take them to a movie for you? Like out of the blue, just because, but we see those opportunities through Facebook, for instance.
What you're sharing here just reminded me of a movie that I watched a really long time ago called Evan Almighty.
With what's his name, Carrie?
I think so. I'm looking at it right now. I had Morgan Freeman, I think, is in it.
Oh yeah.
And their whole concept in it was ARC, acts of random kindness. One act of random kindness, but they pronounce it ARC because they reverse the 2 words, so it's ARC.
I like it.
And it's a play on the story of Noah from the Bible, but it's like a comedic spin on it. And anyway, I went to the theater because I was bored and just upset. I remember that I was bored and upset that day. And by the end of that movie, I was laughing and actually was driving home and like just teared up because I was silly. It just felt silly happy. And I was so happy that I got happy instead of being upset the way it was that day. This was years ago, maybe over a decade ago. Like that's how long ago this was. But yeah, I don't know why, but you were sharing that. It reminded me of that ARC, one act of random kindness a day, one ARC, you know, so anyway.
I love that. Now, so here's an opportunity. Now that I know that about you, let's just take this example. I'm going to make a mental note of this because when we are in appreciation marketing mode, we listen differently. So if I see that looks like you're having a hard time on Facebook, or I happen to know that, you know, something happened you're down about, maybe I do a send out card and I grab a picture of that movie.
Nice.
And like, I send it to you, like, I know it's tough, you know, times seem tough or whatever. Just remember, smiles are around the corner.
Yeah.
So this is how we begin to tune in differently.
So right? Actively listen for opportunities to then show kindness later or acknowledgement or appreciation.
You got it. Okay, so number 4, be a connector. This is really cheap, doesn't cost any money. You see somebody needs something, you know somebody can deliver that in some way. Connect people. We as agents know so many people, from vendors to, you know, like whatever. So being a connector is a way to acknowledge somebody's need and help them solve a problem. And it's with a phone call or an email or a text. It doesn't take us any time, but it does require us to pause, act, and then be remembered for, gosh, Monica is always so helpful.
Mm.
Well, I don't know. All I did was connect you with this guy I know can solve your problem, but the emotion around that is bigger than we would think.
And that's obviously something you want people saying about you behind your back, right? Or thinking about you when you're not there.
Yeah. I had somebody once call me and say, Monica, I have no idea why I think you're going to be able to help me with this, but you always seem so helpful. Like, it was so random, but I'm like, that's
That's
my
a compliment.
take it all day long. You got it.
Yeah, that's a compliment. You want to hear that as an agent.
No doubt. No doubt. So number 5, unexpected favor. I mean, this is close to the act of random kindness, but a little different. So I'll give you an example of something I've done. There was a gal who was going through a little bit of tough time with her family. She was young at the time, like young 20s, and I just knew the family. And she posted this purse on Facebook. She's like, I love this purse. So cool. Is this aqua something? Nothing I would have ever bought. But I went online to look how much it was. I think it was $44 on sale at Macy's. I flipping bought it for her. I put it in a little bag and I anonymously put it on her back porch. And I ran. And, nothing she could do for me. Her parents weren't selling their house. Like, it had nothing to do with real estate. And she posted on Facebook, who's responsible for this? You have no idea. I'm crying my face off. This made my whole day. And
Wow.
to this day, she doesn't know. But that's what I'm talking about there when we talk about unexpected favor. Look for an opportunity to fill a void. And in that
Even
case,
anonymously.
For sure. So, sometimes it's great to put your name. I'm not saying don't, but sometimes it's appropriate just
I like that.
bring karma.
Yeah. Well, just the energy you'll feel from that, feel about that from yourself will spill over into how you interact with others. And our interactions most of the time with other people are a reflection of our own energy.
Oh my gosh, you nailed it there. Yes.
So
I should call this karma marketing because it's really in some way what it is.
TM, karma marketing TM. You got to trademark that shit right away.
Right. I'm on it. Hey, nobody do that that's on this. I'm doing it. All right. Number 6, request answered. This is, again, very simple, very free. But hey, does anybody have this? Does anybody, you see these posts all the time. Instead of scrolling by it, stop and do it. Solve it. Look at it as part of your daily lead attraction efforts. Guys, this is what it is. We're not taking time out of our day to not do our work. This is our work. This is our work. This is how you create the foundation. So you solving somebody's problem or answer, question is part of your lead attraction.
Got it. Just being present, being helpful in that way too.
You got it. Number 7, value share or a thought of you. So you and I are having a conversation about the uniqueness of elephants. I want to reach out and, touch you in some way. I know that's people are like, reach out and touch. You know what I'm saying? Like from just a touch. Reach
out and touch me.
You're very far away from me.
There's a song about that.
I know. That's Depeche Mode.
Yes. Look at you. You just went up a point in my book. You're now at point 1.
Have you been to a show?
No. Almost, but no.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. It does not count in concerts.
Jeez, Monica, hand grenades?
That's what the saying.
I'm messing with you.
Anyway, let's see. I see some cool, something's going on, great elephant story in Africa. I might just paste that, put that on your Facebook, put it in a messenger, put it in an email. Hey, thought of you today.
I like that. It would get noticed.
Yeah, that's all it is, wow, she thought of me today. I get people doing that to me all the time when they see a cool gift. They'll say, hey, thought you might appreciate this gift. Oh yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
I like that. Very cool. Okay. So value share or thought of you.
Value share, that's number 7. Number 8, brag about them on their page, on their Facebook page.
I should do this with every one of my speakers.
You should.
After the interview.
My page, post that. I get to approve it on my timeline if you have that setting. And why wouldn't I? I mean, that people don't like to brag on themselves, but they love to be bragged on. So do that. I have agents all the time say, I don't know how to post testimonials. It feels braggadocious. We want to say hey, I'm humbled by this kind of testimonial. This is why I do what I do. There's a way to do it, but agents struggle with it. So I do it for other agents.
I see.
I'll go to another agent's page and say, To all Liz's friends, you need to know this is a Class A real estate agent who I enjoy doing business with. That doesn't hurt me in any way.
Right.
You know, so brag about people on their page or wherever they're seen by their friends.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, if Instagram is better for whoever you're talking about, you know, go where you can go for them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 9, the compliment. This is again free. Andre.
The compliment. Dun, dun, dun,
These seem really light, guys, and the 10th one is gifting, thoughtful gifting, where we'll spend most of our time. But do you ever think something nice about somebody and keep it to yourself? You just don't say it because you're like, oh, he's going to think I'm weird or...
Used to. Now I do. Maybe it was you that was sharing it too. The other thing that I've started doing, and I heard it recently shared somewhere, and I started doing, and I think this is something I shared with you when we first got introduced on the phone call, is if somebody pops into your mind,
yes,
I send them a text to say, hey, you just popped into my mind.
Yeah.
I thought I'd say hi.
Totally.
That's literally all I say. And I think I told you, I've had like people respond with letter-sized text messages to that.
Oh, I bet. How
just be thought of. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're talking to other people and they got people in their lives and they got friends, but for some reason and I had nothing to say, but except to say, I thought of you. And
I thought of you.
Bye. Yeah. And I'll get like emotional outpourings, like no other conversation, like that text, emotional outpouring back. Like,
you got it. It's people's currency. It's people's currency to be thought of and acknowledged and recognized. And you're feeding that. You're feeding
mm-hmm.
that.
So I guess that's really a number 7, thought of you, more than a number 9, the compliment. But anyway, this conversation.
Well, yeah. And so the compliment, I do it all the time. I'll say, God, she got a cute outfit. And then I won't say anything. Say it. Say it. You have no idea how much that could turn around somebody's day.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking that maybe, and I know this, I've heard women specifically, like my girlfriend will say this sometimes. And by the way, my girlfriend is a fantastic natural compliment giver. Like she does this all the time. She's a hairstylist. So I think she has to interact and connect people quickly. So it's a learned skill. Yeah. But she's always genuine about it. But I've even heard her say is like sometimes outside of the context of work, it may be sometimes hard to give a compliment because you wonder if she's a girl and she wonders if the other girl will think she's being sarcastic. And I'm like, what happened to where you can't give compliments and people like, some people be like, are you messing with me? You know what I mean? No, it's crazy. But I've actually had some weird reactions to compliments before.
And that's okay. And that's why people don't.
I want to give you a chance to talk about them and just say like, that's okay.
That's okay. This is about you. And if your intention is authentic, don't worry about the outcome.
Gotcha.
Don't worry about
the
outcome. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And the 10th is, of course, gifting. And we're going to talk about thoughtful gifting, not just gifting, because you know that phrase, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
I'm calling bullshit on it. It's not the thought that counts. It's the thoughtful thought that counts because, just because you drive by Walgreens and stop in and pick up a gift card on your way to my house does not mean anything to me.
Right.
I gotta bring her something. Like, no, we need to be more forward thinking. We need to, there are a lot of tactics, so we can talk about that, but It is the thoughtful thought that counts. And when we can gift in a way that really shows that we know this person, thought of this person in a special way, planned for this, the mileage you get out of that is so much greater, and it feels better. And it feels better to you.
How do we do that?
So
how do we do thoughtful gifting? How do we do a thoughtful thought?
Okay, so the first thing is, and we talked a little bit about how do we get the scoop? Like, how do we think about what parameters should we gift? So the first thing is being on the lookout for opportunities. Like we talked about, listening differently, but also asking great questions. So let's look at this in a business context. Let's imagine that you are listing a house for a couple and it is their family home and they're downsizing because they're empty nesters.
Okay.
At the kitchen table, and these guys have been great clients, and you want to continue this relationship, and you believe they could also be sort of advocates for you going forward, and you just genuinely appreciate them.
Okay.
The questions like, hey guys, tell me about your favorite memory in this house. Talk
Mm.
about your favorite memory. Or what do you think of when you think of like Sundays here with your kids? Like, do you guys have a tradition here, whether it be like holiday or something, like dig a little and hey, Mr. Seller, now that you don't have to mow the salon every Sunday, what are you going to do in your new condo? What are you going to do with your time? Like these kind of questions matter. And we as agents don't. We get into this just robotic like beds and baths and price, and like we forget the human side of our business, and we need to sit, stop, and know that the reason we're sitting at their kitchen table is because there's a relationship there. It's worth cultivating, and it's worth growing, and it's worth understanding them. So when they say, oh my gosh, we have mean euchre tournaments in our family, we're known for our euchre tournaments, so now for $20, you can go get a customized package of playing cards and put their family's photo that you pulled off of Facebook on the back of a deck of cards.
Okay.
And you send it to them. And you've acknowledged something that's important to them. You know they play cards. They're likely to pull those cards out.
Right.
Oh, right? If not, you've heard them. And it's not just a deck of cards. It's a deck of cards with, maybe it's just their dog picture on it. It doesn't have to be, if you can't find the perfect picture, something that represents them. Maybe it's a picture of the front of their house that you're selling. Doesn't matter. Or if he says, oh my gosh, I'm going to play golf. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to play golf every Sunday. So instead of a sleeve of golf balls, you're going to get custom golf balls with maybe the date of his retirement, or a phrase that he loves, or a picture of him, or the name of the book he wrote once, or whatever. You can get those imprinted on golf balls, like nice golf balls, like Titleist Pro V1s. You can spend however much you want there. And so he opens this gift, and here's the key is when they open the gift, guys, the reaction must be, oh my gosh, this gift is 100% for me. This wasn't one of 10. This wasn't something she had in her closet. Like, not all sellers get this gift. This was for me. She knows me. She cares about me. She spent time and money on this. Can you imagine, like?
Yeah, that makes a big difference. That personalization.
You got it. You got it. So by asking great questions, we can learn. The other thing is something called an all about you form. And you can use Google Forms, or you can use, there are other kind of form software online programs, but Google Forms is free. And you create a questionnaire, and maybe anytime any client enters into your world, you begin to show them houses, you list their house, or maybe it's your top 36 VIP relationships. They all get this all about you form sent to them. And it has 10 questions. What's your favorite local restaurant? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite candy? If you had a free day off with nothing to do, how would you spend it?
Just some simple, nice questions like that are easy to answer too, sounds like.
And then it makes your gifting super easy. But you make this part of your system when somebody enters your world. And the email just says, hey, I'm so excited to be listing your house. You're part of the family now. I have a quick, 10 questions, and the answers are easy because they're all about you. If you wouldn't mind, please take a second. People love doing that. It's all about
if somebody
them.
doesn't fill that in, do you like ping them about it later? Be like, hey, can I remind you to go do that, please?
100%.
You make it pretty intentional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm not going to stalk them about it. I mean, it's like, but yeah, generally speaking, somebody can forget. Yeah, right. You can. But now you know that their favorite sports, is Cincinnati Bengals.
Got it.
God help us, please. And now I can really gift better, right?
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So you can also do the social media scraping, what I call scraping. You could call it stalking, whatever, where you're actually just, going on their page and kind of just feeling what their life vibe is. And if they're not on Facebook, like that's a question I get a lot. Well, what if they're not on Facebook? Well, then the all about you form, or some of these great questions, or the last tactic is to call somebody that they know. I called the phone a friend. And I have done it. In fact, I just did it for a lender that allowed me to come in and teach this course. I wanted to give him something nice. And I couldn't see anything on Facebook because all he posts are work stuff. And so I called his wife. I didn't know her. And, some people would have thought, oh, she's going to think that's weird. I'm a female calling her to gift the husband. Like, No, it's only weird because you're making it weird.
Right.
Facebook messaged her. I said, your husband did something very nice for me. I taught a course inside of his office. I would like to do something thoughtful. Can you give me 3 things that he loves to do when he's not doing mortgages or spending time with you and the kids? Because I knew that. She's like, he likes cigars, whiskey, and baseball or something. I don't know.
Gotcha. So
I got him a leather monogrammed cigar pouch. Like very solid, nice. Like really nice with his monogram on it. And then I went to the store and I said, give me the most expensive cigars. Because what are they, $15 a piece for the expensive ones? Like kind
of. I smoke cigars, so I know that as a cigar smoker, that's a gift that I would definitely appreciate. Like, yeah, that would be a wow. That would be a wow gift.
Love it. Okay, yeah. Good. See, and he loved it too. And it was funny because he took this class and he goes, oh, I totally get it. This made me feel really good. Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah. So
he's going to remember you forever.
You got it.
Yeah, every time he looks at that or handles it too. That's brilliant.
Right. And people are going to say, where'd you get that? That's awesome. Look at that thing.
And he's going to talk about you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Genius.
If you know nothing, they're not on Facebook, you have nobody to call, like you just know nothing. You can always personalize anything. That's our default. Like a monogram on something makes it about them. It can be a silly little thing, but a monogram makes it about them. You can do an etched bottle of champagne or something. Now we steer clear of food and stuff. We want things to have shelf life. However, an etched bottle is likely going to be consumed and then retained. Right?
I want to show you something.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it in that light. There we go. If I angle it.
Yeah, what does that say?
It says, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So it's one of my favorite quotes, and it's from the poem Invictus.
Yes.
Well, so somebody gave this to me for a half birthday. So I'd never celebrate my half birthday. I didn't even know I had a half birthday like this, right?
Yes.
I walked into a coffee shop that I went to all the time. This was not even given to me by the person. It was waiting for me at the coffee shop with the staff. Wow. It was given to me. This is a journal. I like to journal. If you look at my bookshelf, I have like 7 different journals, like binders, right? I'm a journaler. But this journal I've had since I was 23 years old. So almost a decade.
Talk about artifact.
Yeah, because it's my favorite quote. It was it was bought at Barnes & Noble, so not expensive at all.
Right.
Sent to like somebody who can like emboss leather, and it wasn't embossed, but it was like pressure stamped into there.
Wow.
And so it's like very subtle, which is my style. I don't wear loud colors. I don't wear flashy things. Like if you look at my watch, the flashiest thing I wear is a pinky ring, right? And it's because it's a family crest. Okay. And that's only in the last year, really. 5 years ago, they would have been too flashy even then. Like, so I don't know, maybe I'm relaxing about that a bit. But like even my personal taste and style, right, is how it wasn't with gold letters.
Right.
I'm sharing this because I write in it every morning. I go buy the exact same journal from Barnes & Noble, take this out when it's filled.
And put it back into that.
Put the new one in it because I can't get the paper, and it's a unique kind of paper. So I have a bunch of these leather empty things hanging around, but I write in this one for over a decade.
That's such a great example.
This person, I'm never going to forget this person. Of
course you won't.
Forever. The only time I've ever gotten a half birthday gift at a coffee shop, I'm like, no, this is not for me. You know what I mean? And then I see my quote on it, So anyway,
so you've been the recipient. Yeah, you know how that feels.
And I know how it feels, and you'll keep that thing forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't want that to be pressure to come up with something that huge or meaningful, though. But I'm just saying that's an example of when you nail it, that's like bam.
For sure. And actually, once you start doing this a little bit, that's not the pressure. Like that's not insurmountable to come up with a gift idea like that.
Right.
You journal, that's your quote, like easy.
It's a $30 journal and a $20 or $30 leather printing service. It was a $50 gift, probably tops. And I've been wearing it out for a decade, and I'll have it till the day I die.
So cool. Well, you bring up the half birthday. There are a couple, would you like me to run through some opportunities to gift? Because those are
no. Yeah, give us some examples. Examples especially really help.
Yeah, like that. Well, first of all, my mom calls it a sussy. I looked it up. It is a word. It's a just because gift. So that was really a sussy. Maybe a half birthday was the reason, but the sussy.
Got it.
The just because, and here's why. What we're talking about here creating is the law of reciprocity. We're using the power of one of the most widely universal laws, which is the law of reciprocity, which says when somebody does something nice for me, I have an innate need to repay them in some way. It just is in my DNA. I will look for that opportunity. So we're leveraging through that. Now, when we as agents do closing gifts or referral gifts, like thank you for a referral, which are fine to do, I'm not saying don't.
Okay.
I want you to be aware that you're closing the loop. You're closing the transaction. You did something nice for me. I'm giving you this. Deal is done.
Okay.
Right? When we gift for no reason, we're opening up the loop.
I see.
We're opening the transaction. I have done this thoughtful thing for you, whether it be random act of kindness or a gift or a compliment or whatever. And then I'm creating the need for them to repay me. And now, if I'm flying my real estate flag appropriately and I'm staying top of mind, they will know that that's how they repay me. That's what I want.
That's very genius.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down. Closing gift equals closes reciprocal loop.
That's right. You let me list your house. I want to thank you with this closing gift. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying be aware that you're missing an opportunity. I say do a gift 30 days later anyway, because their life is a shit show. The impact of your gift is lost.
But the just because gift opens reciprocal loop.
That's right. So the Thanksgiving or, Mother's Day or Father's, what's wrong?
When they're not expecting it.
When they're not expecting it.
When they're not expecting it.
That's right.
The surprise thing, the unexpected part of it is a big factor.
They won the club tennis championship. Well, some monogram tennis balls are coming to your house in the next week because you would never think that. And I see you. I see what you did, and I think you're awesome. I know what's important to you. Right?
Okay. Love it.
Kids win with their kids and you win with the parent. The kid gets into Notre Dame. Well, these guys are pumped. This family is all about Notre Dame. Guess what's coming? Some Notre Dame swag, right? Mm-hmm. Big deal. And if you don't want to spend money, do the card, like congratulations, or send them something little Notre Dame. You can spend $4. None of this is about $100. It is the thoughtful thought that counts.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely love that. That's so implementable.
It is implementable. And when you think about it, you can think about, maybe you take, like if you want to really simplify it, I like wall CRMs. You can see one over here on my wall. That's an example. I don't use CRMs because I don't go into them. I like to see my top 50 clients, let's say, and I put 4 check marks through the year or 6 check marks. And I make sure I'm doing, did Tom Smith get a random note from me? Did he get a random gift from me this year? Did he get a whatever? So just a grid.
And you do that for your top 100, top 50?
Top 50, top 100, whatever.
Got
I think,
okay.
Whatever you can manage, it has to be manageable.
Sure.
And just because you've done business with somebody does not make them an A-level client or an A-level relationship. Sometimes we do business with people and we don't want them in our life anymore. So,
right. And it's okay to make that conscious decision.
Mm-hmm. And they're not getting the same level of attention as our top 50 are. Even if somebody's not been a client, but you've probably experienced this. You have that person that just for whatever reason, they just always send you referrals and they just care so much about you and your business and they've never bought or sold a house with me.
Yeah.
That person is hearing from me in a systematic, kind, human way. Now, some people say this feels a little manufactured then. Like, why shouldn't it just come from your heart? Well, yeah, great if you can do that, but you're busy. And we just need to make sure. So when
it still does come from the heart. You're just being intentional about taking the time to do that.
What we track, what we focus on expands. Like
does it not come from your heart if you take the time to schedule the time to make sure that you spend time with your partner or your spouse? Like, is that not from the heart? No, that's actually so important that you schedule the damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's how important it is. So
you got it. 100%. 100%.
One of the gift that I thought of, I don't know why, but I'm thinking I'm going to share this because I think somebody needs to hear it and it's going to be valuable for them, is 30 days after the closing, send them, but I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. Send them 2 mugs with pictures of their dogs or on it if they have pets.
Oh, 100%.
So like a
Everybody is
month
crazy about
later,
the
they
dog.
just get 2 mugs in the mail with like a picture of their dog on it. If it's like a couple, and just 2 cups with their dog picture on it.
It's totally true. I got one from a client, actually. She sent a picture of me and she said, badass real estate agent or something.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you could put a picture of them or their kids or anything on it. If you have a picture from somewhere or just off their Facebook, you could take a picture and put it on a mug and have it sent.
You got it. Also, stop sending gifts with your freaking logo on it.
Thank you.
You can send people with that. Like, that's not a gift, though. That's freaking advertisement for you. Send them a gift with their logo on it.
Even for every new course student who enrolls in my digital course, I hand write on an envelope.
Yes.
Welcome. I'm the only digital course person I know of who sends handwritten notes to his students.
I love that.
And I send it on this. So this is all it is. There's no logo. There's no branding. It's just white.
Right. Because it's personal.
Clean. Yeah, it's this. And all I tell them, and it's not complicated. I mean, I'm trying to do a little bit of what you're talking about. It's hard sometimes at scale when you get like 100 people to come through your course in a month. You know what I mean? Like, this is how many I'm sending out,
Right.
Wonderful problem to have.
Yes, exactly.
Let's first be grateful for the problem. But I say something like, I take your enrollment seriously. I'm not perfect. The course is not perfect, but I really hope it helps you succeed. If you have any feedback, can you please let me know how I can improve the course? Right. I've only had $4,000 in refunds in the entire history of the course.
Wow. That's awesome. That step alone shows me that you understand the power of thoughtfulness and connection.
Thank you. But at the point is like, I've only had $4,000 in refunds. So my refund rate is less. It's like 1%. It's less than 1%. And in digital course sales, that's unheard of.
I'm sure.
And so other people in my mastermind will like ask me like, how do you do that? And I'm like,
because you're a human behind it.
Yeah. Right here.
Just because it's digital doesn't mean it's not.
Yeah. And when they buy my course, I can't ask them for their address. So I have to email them and ask them for their physical address. And I tell them I want to mail you something.
Oh, and of course they're like, sure.
They email me they give me the address and then I send it. So
wait, that brings up a great point. In fact, this just happened. An agent said, yeah, but I don't know their address. Call them and ask them.
Yeah, text them, call them for it. Say, hey, I want to send you something.
I send you something.
Do you know how excited they'll get? Ooh, what are you sending me?
Nobody will say anything. They'll be like, 124 Main Street, send it on.
Yeah. I've never had anybody not give me their address after giving me their money for buying a course.
You got it. You
know what I mean? So, well, we're wrapping up our time. We're coming up on our hard stop here. I feel like we could go so much farther.
Oh my gosh, we should. We didn't even, we didn't even.
Let's do this. Let's do a part 2. We're just going to have to schedule it.
Yeah, we can do it.
Because I know that there's so much more content you can share on this. And if you're open to it, and now I've got you on record for it. So I apologize, this is unfair. And I'm asking for this on the recording.
Happy to do it. Are you kidding me? I love it.
Yeah, so we'll have to schedule a part 2.
Okay.
Because I've got more questions for you and I'm out of time. And I know that you have a hard stop too. So
no problem.
This has been part 1 now with Monica Weakley. And Monica and I will schedule. And at the time of this is pre-summit. By the time of the summit, there will be 2. There will be a part 2 with Monica. For those who are wrapping up part 1 with us here right now, again, to learn more about Monica or to get in touch with her, you can go to mycoachmonica.com.
That's right.
And on there, she actually literally on her homepage for her website, she has something for you folks from the Get Listing Summit. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's going to be a surprise. It's an unexpected gift. And you're going to go to mycoachmonica.com and you're just going to scroll down her page. And then in big letters, it's going to say something about Get Listing Summit. And there you'll see your surprise. And you can, if you're watching on camera, you can click on the link below and get there that way right now. And so go do that. And then make sure that you catch part 2 with Monica, appreciation marketing strategies, to finish hearing about and learning everything that Monica has to offer. Monica, thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for coming with so much knowledge, so much information, and so much wisdom that we couldn't put it all into one interview. I want to acknowledge you for that. That's really cool. I really appreciate that. So that's awesome.
Maybe I talk too much, but I get excited, guys. I love this stuff, and you really stand out. And guess what? It'll make you feel really good too.
And it really works.
Yeah, it does.
It really works. The note cards, just in my own life, my own examples, it really works. We all know it really works, you know.
And we'll go into some specifics in part 2. We'll go through some gift ideas, actually.
Yes. Gail Zintek sent me this book after our interview. You know what I mean? It's just, this stuff works. It really does. Part 2, guys, be sure to catch it because we're going to go into deeper tactical examples of actual gift ideas. So it could be your go-to list of things to actually take and deploy. And that's going to be super, super helpful for you, especially, you know, if you're busy on the go, but you do want to do this. It'll help you cut down on thinking time, planning time. What do I do? No, Monica's going to make it step by step for you. So Monica, thank you so much. And we'll see you on part 2.
Sounds good. Thanks, Andre.